Yo, what's going on, YouTube family? K Soul's back in the building. Yeah, we got another video, and I'm excited for this one because, listen, word on the street is UK R&B is shitting on US R&B. UK R&B is basically taking over, and our city is now getting recognized for the wonderful talent we have here. And this is important to me, and I'm excited about it because I remember a few years, well, maybe even like, is it 6, 7 years ago, I started a platform called Soulmate LDN, and the focus of the platform was to shed light, bring light to UK R&B and also international R&B that you don't really hear, because for a while R&B was like pushed back a bit. I mean, like underground R&B. You know, we have different genres, and even in the UK, we're known for like grime, garage, and there was like a R&B scene back in the day, like when we were kids. We do make other music. R&B has always, well, not always, but what I would say with R&B is that in the last 10 years, UK have stepped up in R&B. Like, we are actually sounding good. It's not like old school when um everything sounded amateur and unprofessional. Now I think in within the last 10 years we've hit that pinnacle where sometimes you might not even tell that they're UK artists because of the levels, and that's basically giving credit to US R&B, who I believe started this thing. Because in US R&B, they've got a sound, or always had a sound that, listen, let's just call it a spade a spade. Baby making music, man. Music that hits the soul, like real, that good feeling music. Music that connects. Music that, you want to sing along to. And it took a while for the UK to get to that point. But you know what? I am a avid listener of the Joe Budden podcast. I even support the Patreon, and I listened to a recent episode. They had Jozzy, who's an R&B artist in America, who worked with Diddy, and yeah, it's mad to say that now because of what Diddy's going through, but she is a talented artist, and she was highlighting on the Joe Budden podcast how good UK artists are. Let me just play that clip for you now.
I think the UK is shitting on everybody. London artists is shitting on American artists right now.
Cleo Soul.
It's a lot of reasons for that. Cleo Soul, Sasha Keable, Elimiene. The list goes on and on. They all shitting on us because we have to, because like London and UK they don't give a fuck about the drama aspect of this shit. They only care about the real.
They care about the music a little more.
They care about the music.
Yeah.
To be out here, you gotta have a scandal, some drama, some shit to match with your music, and it's so hard for artists to break through. But like the UK artists can just be cold and just go stupid.
They
and
just
then
wake up, get their beans and sausage.
they just so cold.
Tomatoes, cold tomatoes.
They wake up, get their
And
beans
they're students. Like I've never seen like these niggas is students. Like Elimiene knows Soul Aquarius. Like he knew what the Soul, and he's like 21.
You heard it right there. That's why I said UK R&B is shitting on everyone else, because she said it. And I'm proud. Like, that was the focus of the platform that I was running 7 years ago. I mean, I put in work. Like, me and my business partner, we put in work. We really studied the scene. We found a lot of underground artists. We hosted events in London, in venues in Brixton, Camden. We booked artists. So we would have book artists come out, and then we would create a space for open mic where we discovered more artists. And at the time, I just knew that one day people are going to clock, because these are talented artists. So what I'm going to do now is I want to read out my top 10 artists from the UK. So if you're watching this video and you're like, I ain't heard UK artists, that do R&B, or maybe you want some new music, I suggest you go and research these artists because these are the ones that are killing it right now. Yeah, so let's get into that list. I've got Sasha Keable. Listen, she's so talented. Her voice is amazing. She's collaborated with a lot of the newer US artists, and the music just sounds good, man. I think you should check her out. We got Shae Universe. Now, I remember back in the day working at a radio station, and she came down a few times for some interviews, and she was just grinding and we're talking now probably 8 to 10 years ago. Her voice was like butter. Like, it's always been great, like her voice, and I just knew that she deserved to be heard, and she was grinding even when it was hard. At the time, there was no real infrastructure for R&B, so anyone who was doing R&B music was just trying to ting, and she's been grinding for so long, and now everyone's recognizing it. Her voice is amazing, so check out Shae's Universe. Then we got Cleo Soul, another one, similar story. She's been grinding for years. She's like the new age soulstress. Like, I've always been a fan of soul music and neo soul, and she's got that old school vibe, like that slow, soulful. Definitely check her out. She's big anyway, Cleo Soul. So well done to her. Before I move forward, there was another clip. I'm not just chatting shit because Jozzy said it, and then ironically on the Joe Budden podcast they had Wale, and Wale mentioned these next two that are also on my list.
Nippa from London, UK. You heard
What's
of
the
Nippa?
name?
Nippa. Nippa. He hard. He hard, bro. He hard. He's like remind you of like early 2000s. But
UK R&B is up right
with
now.
a street. So you know what?
UK R&B is up right
I think
now.
they look at it differently than we do
they do.
here a little bit. I don't think they're in a rush. And I'm speaking generally, of course, but I don't think they're in a rush as much to like get in the club that way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like it comes from a certain place. But Odeal, he's hard. Odeal. Odeal on my album. I'll say that. I'll say that because I've been teasing it for a while, but he definitely on the album. But yeah, he got it.
Nippa, hard, cold. What Wale said basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, I agree totally, man. He's sick. When I first heard him, like, I was shocked. And he's the way he started. Yeah, he came from he was quite unique because he had like a roadman image. I remember like his first few videos. He had a man then behind him, UK style, UK flavor, but had that soul that even the Americans, I knew the Americans would mess with it as well. So big up Nippa. You also heard him say Odeal. Odeal. Cold. Cold. I just like his vibe. I like his vibe, man. And I like how he mixes in like African lingo in his music. I like his Afrobeat stuff as well. That hey, yeah. Hey, big up Odeal, he's cold. The other one that I've got here is an artist called Dayo Bello. Yeah, I'm saying it with a Nigerian accent, Dayo, because that's how we know it. But yeah, Dayo Bello, cold. He reminds me of an artist that was one of my favorite artists back in the day, an artist called Dwele. He's quite old school now. It's funny to say he's old school because at the time I didn't see him as old school growing up. But old school artist, neo soul artist called Dwele. Dio gives me them vibes. So yeah, you obviously know I like him. Then the next one, I don't know whether she calls herself Queen or K1. I've heard different abbreviations of her name. Queen, K1. I think that's it. But she spells her name KWN. This girl has grown on me. I'm not gonna lie. She's grown on me. When I first heard it, the first tune I heard was with Kalani, Worst Behavior. Cold tune, bad boy tune. I didn't pay attention to who she was. Then I started to see her more on TikTok. And let me tell you something. This girl is a stud, right? And she has got the women in a frenzy. Women are going mad for her. You know, she's got a good style. She's quite saucy with it. Yeah. Um, Her music is just good. She's a producer as well. And her sound, what she is great at is the overall sound. Yeah, the production, the vocal production, um, the sample use. I don't even know if it's samples or maybe it's her own vocals because the ad libs that are in her songs, they just catch you, man. And she's doing very well. She's all over the internet. She's doing bits in America. Um, and yeah, man, she's putting on. So well done for K1 or Queen. Then of course Flow, they're a girl group, and I would say they've kind of made it to the mainstream. Very talented, very good singers. The artist called Elimiene, he's cold as well. Go check out these artists, man. Like, I'm so proud of them, and I'm proud of where the UK scene is going. Even with all the other music, like I'm proud. You know, drill. I feel like drill's fading out a bit, but all the drill artists that made it out the hood, big up them. Yeah, UK stand up, man. That's all I'll say. Like, a lot of us have been grinding for years, especially the artists in my generation. I can't forget my generation and the ones older. You know, I was from the grime era, and a lot of us were just trying to ting without no real. I mean, we had direction, like everyone knew where they wanted to go, but there was nothing in sight or no example to look at. And what I was even talking to my friend yesterday, and we was talking about like how there's never been a time in the industry where a lot of 40-year-olds plus are getting recognized for who they were back in the day. Like, for a while, people have always, there's been ageism in music, and people have always said, oh, people are too old. When you get past 30, you're too old to do music or be a rapper or whatever. But what I'm so proud of is that a lot of the 35 plus artists are getting recognized for their work now, and they're still able to make new music and have a fan base, and now benefiting off the streams, because at one point it was the younger artists that were benefiting off the streams, but now I feel like the older artists have tapped into it and people are appreciating it, and like we've got a lot of legacy acts now. Like, the scene has been built. What we was all working hard for, it's been done. We don't need to rely on labels. We don't really need to even impress. Like, I remember back in the day, it was all about impressing or going to the US, like getting your music so big that you can step in the US streets and be appreciated there. Now, we left that alone. Now it's hair. We want to pop off hair. But you know what has happened since we've left that alone as a culture? They're naturally catching on. Now they're looking in. They're like, yo, so you mean there's music over there in the UK? Sorry, don't watch my American accent. So they're looking in, and now they're trying to get the collaborations and get tapped in. Just look at how the tables turn. It's now trendy to work with a UK artist. You know what I'm saying? So big up the UK, man. Check out these artists that I've mentioned. And yeah, man. Also, do you know what? Big up all the artists on the underground that are trying to ting and that are working hard. Music creators hold a special place in my heart because I'm one. I've always been one, and I know the grind. I understand. I get it, and I know that when you love music and it's all you want to do, get so consumed in that world, and not everyone outside of that understands it. So big anyone, like, keep going, keep doing your thing. Like, the scene is open for everyone. You just got to do it right. You might have to do some marketing, but the main thing is good work always gets recognized at some point, as long as you're consistent. So yeah, man, big up, man. Peace out, K Souls. I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe, and any artist that you think I should check out or next up, leave in a comment below. Peace out.